Hello everyone, it's Miss Caroline here and I've got a lovely new story for you and it's Chapatti Moon and it's by Pippa Goodhart and Lizzie Finley. Chapatti Moon. Mrs. Kapoor was hungry. What can you see in this picture? What animals can you see? So she decided to cook up a feast. There's Mrs. Kapoor. What's she carrying? She chopped chilies and garlic and onions and tomatoes. She pounded spices and she tore coriander. She cut up aubergines and cauliflower and potatoes and carrots. She podded peas and wilted spinach. She scooped yogurt and poured coconut milk. What is she making? Mrs. Kapoor heated pans and melted ghee. She sizzled and stirred and simmered. To make, what's she doing? To make dosas, masalas, pakoras, samosas and chutneys, all steaming and creaming and bubbling and smelling. Wonderful, says Mrs. Kapoor. Do you recognise any of those things she's making? Dosas, masalas, pakoras, samosas and chutneys. She sizzled and stirred and simmered and sprinkled. Wonderful. She put the food into pots and onto plates and spoons and pickle prongs and a pile of napkins, all on her hostess trolley. Then Mrs. Kapoor made chapatis. She mixed flour and water and shaped the dough into a ball. She rolled a chapati flat and round, then put it into a big hot pan where it began to puff and crisp and turn wonderfully golden. Perfect, said Mrs. Kapoor. But as she took the chapatis out of the pan, honk! Who's that there saying honk? As she took the chapatis out of the pan, Mrs. Kapoor jumped with surprise, tossing the chapati onto the floor, where it rolled over and over and over and out of the door. Can you tell me what animals are in this picture here? And can you tell me what animals are in this picture here? And can you point at the frying pan where the chapati jumped out from? And finally, can you see the chapati in the picture? Come back, Chapatti, shouted Mrs. Kapoor. Meow, said the cat. She chased the chapati, and so did some more. Tweet, woof, honk. Who's chasing the chapati? What's the smallest animal chasing the chapati? The chapati went rolling off down the road. I'm going to catch it, said Mrs. Kapoor. She tried to snatch it, but... Did she catch it? A boy, thinking it was a ball, kicked the chapati over a wall where... A quick girl caught it and threw it to a man who said, "That's not a frisbee." They both ran after them, running after the chapati, which came down to land in the marketplace, where it went bouncing and tripping and jumping and slipping and bumping and tipping and spinning. What can you see in this marketplace? Can you see the animals? Can you see Mrs. Kapoor? Can you see the boy and the girl following? And can you see the shops as well? What kind of shops can you see? What a lovely picture. Mrs. Kapoor was about to catch it when a goat gave it a butt and biffed it down the hill. It was racing away again until, "I'll ride my trolley," said Mrs. Kapoor, and off she went over bumps and lumps, lumpety bumpety rattle and roll. She was catching up with the chapati at last, when a donkey hee-hawed and gave it a great big kick. Hee-haw. Can you see the donkey? Up rose the chapati into the sky, where it glowed like a luminous lantern or a... Let's have a look. There it is in the sky, and there's everybody staring up at it. What is it? It's like a luminous lantern or a chapati moon, said Mrs. Kapoor. Let's all share a moonlit picnic. So in the creamy cool light of the chapati moon, they danced and laughed and ate, and soon they slumped into slumber. All except for our very good friend Mrs. Kapoor, who was still awake and still hungry until she saw her chapati moon slip sliding down the sky. She held out her hands and caught it. "I shall eat the moon," said Mrs. Kapoor. It was just enough. She wanted no more, and it did taste wonderfully moony. Good night, Mrs. Kapoor." Honk, squeak, meow, hee-haw, tweet, woof, meh, meh. And there they are, all fast asleep. Well, I thought that was a great story, and I've just had it sent to me recently. So, can I remind you all, now you've heard the story, now you've watched it, you can go to your adult and ask them to make a note in your learning log. And then soon you'll be bronze or silver or gold or platinum readers. Well done, everyone. Bye-bye.